Hello, beautiful. Welcome to your reading. What vibes do you give off to men, to him, to that divine masculine energy? I will share with you everything that comes through and not leave anything out. Take one moment to click that like and subscribe to the channel. That is how you can help to support. Let's get straight into your reading. Meditate here on the 3 cards and pick the one that calmly draws you the most. This would be 1, 2, and 3. Now let's get straight into your reading. Hello, beautiful number 1. Welcome to your reading. What vibes plus energy do you give off to men, to him, to that divine masculine? I will share with you all the energy that comes through and not leave anything out. Take one moment to click that like and subscribe to the channel. That is how you can help to support. Let's get straight into your reading. I see your energy. You're naturally drawn here, attracted to your card, the 7 of Wands. And this is about fire energy. It represents the fire zodiac signs, that wand energy. Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries are in the top placements of your birth chart or the birth chart of the men that recognize this energy within you. And the sun, moon, or rising sign, 7th house of relationships are in the planet Venus. And what I can see here is that, man, you give off a vibe that like you're protecting your heart. You are protecting your energy. You have your defenses up against men in general because they don't know this, but you've been through a challenging time with the men you have had in your life. So you're guarded. You're protecting your energy. Your defenses are in place here. And also here with the 7 of Wands energy, I feel like some men feel like if they were to get into a relationship with you, that there will be other competition with other men because of the way that you look, because of like your energy, your essence, the alluring nature that you have a way of alluring men without even trying. And so some men feel like it would be competition, with you. Let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. So what's happening here? What energy and what vibes do you give off to men? And you have here truth and beauty. Yeah, so this is how you are rare and exotic, very unique looking. And I feel like with this energy, this is really about how men feel like they are not at your level of even like not only the way that you look. Most men that are attracted to you, they are very handsome men. They look good in their own right, but they feel like they cannot like measure up to like your standards because you're a natural beauty here, and it's something very rare about the way that you look. Not only that, the way that you carry yourself physically, it's rare. So I can see why there's competition, competitive nature, energy showing up, because some men are just really insecure with you and just your natural essence, your natural personality traits and characteristics. So let's get more. And I love how this card just jumped out of the deck to be noticed, the Ace of Wands energy. Ooh, lots of strong fire, passion, enthusiastic energy here. Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. Yes, absolutely. So this is about how you are goal-oriented, okay? You are driven to like be the greatest version of yourself. A very creative person is the vibe that you give off to men as well. Like men feel like you would be very successful in like any projects that you create. And so this is why I was picking up like some men feel insecure because they don't have that go-getter energy that you have. So that's one of the reasons they feel like they will not measure up to you. when it comes to creativity, your job, because you always want to start something new. You always want to work on a new project of sorts. Let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. And so, what energy do you give off? What vibes? What's happening? What are these men picking up about you? Ooh, you have here the saboteur. So this is about how this energy of the saboteur, this highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. So this makes perfect sense. This is a nice confirmation because with the saboteur energy showing up here and how you are like, you always want to do something new. You want to level up. You want to be the best version of yourself. Try a new project, do something new. You're a very open-minded and driven person. You just want the best life for yourself. And it makes some men frightened because they feel like they would have to compete with you or, at least naturally be on the same level as you. Some men that you do attract, they have the energy of like inducing self-destructive behavior or like the desire to undermine others, the desire to like manipulate or trick others. Those men are constantly drawn to like your light because see, they have this shadow energy that they are desperately wanting to work on, even though they don't. Deep down inside, they do. So that shadow energy from those men are attracted to your light here of highlighting self-empowerment. So if you're wondering, like, why am I attracting these men that really don't know who they are, who are not operating at the greatest version of themselves? Why is it that I am attracting these men? Because, see, you are the light, and darkness is drawn to light. But, see, the key is you don't allow it to stick with you. So you're good in that essence. As long as you don't, allow that energy to stick with you, we all will attract, different experiences, different forms of contrast in our lives for growth and also for self-evaluation. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. What vibes do you give off to men? What is happening? Vibes. Starseed. This is about the self, memories, and identity. So men pretty much know that you know who you are. You know what you want for yourself, for your life. You know what type of man you want. You're pretty confident in where you see yourself in the future and how you feel about yourself in the present. So they know that you are self-aware here. They know that you are mostly, very in tune to this version of yourself that can do anything, create anything. I love the starseed energy showing up for you because this represents this colorful life of creativity, taking chances, charting new paths, being adventurous with just life and living a full just energetic life. Just really, that's all you really want to do. You want to be creative. And if you're with a man, you want him to be naturally driven and creative. And they pick that go-getter energy up from you. And like I said, most men are not, on that level yet, which is why they fear even making a commitment because you're the type that will hold them accountable for their actions. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. What's happening here with your energy, the vibes, the energy that you give off? And you have here Saturn, wisdom. High intellectual energy is what they pick up from you. And this makes perfect sense because you see the planet Saturn is about discipline and structure. It's about timing, responsibility. And we just said that. Spirit just gave us the insight that these men, some men know that you are going to hold them accountable because you hold yourself accountable. So it just makes perfect sense for you to hold someone accountable that is taking up your time or sharing space with you. So I love this with the planet Saturn. That's interesting. And also, I do want to point out that, Yeah, with the planet Saturn. Saturn rules over Capricorn. It represents discipline, commitment, and challenges. And we got that insight earlier here with you drawn here to your first card, the Seven of Wands, with coming through that you've dealt with challenges with the men in your life. And you give off that vibe. Well, the reason you give off that vibe because you hold yourself at a high standard, and you expect the man that comes into your life to like respect you, love you, understand you naturally without you giving him like this game plan, this step by step instructions on how to treat you. You're like, I'm over that. I'm not doing that. You have to come already together with that knowledge. So I love the planet Saturn showing up, confirming the energy that came out earlier. You give off this vibe like you have self control. Also, that again, you are mature. There's maturity here. And you've earned that maturity level. That has happened because of your experience in life. Let's get more insight. So what's happening here? What vibes and energy do you give off to men? What vibes and energy do you give off? The Page of Wands. Lots of fire energy. Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries is just really all over this reading. And that's really, it's fire, it's creativity. So you get off like these hottie vibes as well, like these baddie vibes. You know, men already see you as extremely hot, you know, very, very attractive. Absolutely. And with the Page of Wands energy having 3 wand cards showing up is very significant to the Ace of Wands, and here the Seven of Wands, and again the Page of Wands. So men definitely feel like you're very enthusiastic, you know, and about life, about things that you do, people you care about. It also represents men feel like you could be temperamental, not extremely moody, but temperamental for like things that you care about. You're going to express it, and you maybe over express it that they feel that, hey, they feel like, hey, you need to calm down. And you're like, but hey, I told you this over and over again, but you knew this. Why aren't you listening? So they would call it temperamental. So they pick up that vibe and that energy that you definitely could be temperamental. But at the same time, you're very, very forgiving and very warm-hearted. I could also see here that spontaneity is something about you. You know, you're the type that you could be going along your day, you know, and you could be like, hey, let's take a drive to the next town. Let's do this. You're very spontaneous in nature as well. And it's something about the way that you dress as well is very creative. You like, you know, very nice colors and bright colors. So you just give this vibe of like this creative artist energy. Could be like a painter, a singer, an actress, a model, something to do with, or a writer, something to do with lots of creativity and color. And so beautiful, number one. This does conclude your reading. I hope this reading does resonate with you and inspire you. And if it does, please leave a comment below, because I do love reading your comments, and they definitely warm my heart and they make my day. I am sending you lots of love and good energy. Hello, beautiful number 2. Welcome to your reading. What vibes do you give off to men, to him, to that divine masculine? I will share with you all the energy that comes through and not leave anything out. Take one moment to click that like and subscribe to the channel. That is how you can help to support. Let's get straight into your reading. I see your energy. You're naturally drawn here to the King of Swords. Let me point out the Swords energy. That sword energy represents the air energy, the intellect, your mind as well. It represents the air zodiac signs, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. And here with the King of Swords energy, this is a clear message that you give off this energy like you are intentional with your thoughts and your actions. And so, what you say and what you do, you mean it. So, when you are communicating with Him, you mean what you are saying. You're very strategic with the way you are living your life. You're just not out here, in these streets doing any and everything. You are intentional with your steps. You want a very beautiful future for yourself, and also inner peace is something that matters to you most, so you are able to communicate that or not. Like, you will not engage with a particular man if you know you're not totally into him. You're not going to waste your time. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. And so what's happening here? What vibes do you give off to men, to him, to that divine masculine energy? You have here true forgiveness, timelessness, and boundlessness. So this is Sagittarius energy, I do want to point out, because Sagittarius, they like to roam wild, they like to be free, but roam wild in a way of like not being cuffed. You give off a vibe that he cannot control you, he can't take advantage of you, he's not going to be able to manipulate you. So on to the next inbox, mister, because I'm not the one. That's the vibe you give off. Like, and I feel like you're like this because you've been through, relationship challenges with someone. And this is about the crown chakra as well, and you forgive that person that played you, that played those games. He was very manipulative, controlling, a narcissistic energy, of course. And you forgive him. And that's the energy that you actually give to men. Like, hey, I'm not here to, give out any sort of like revenge. I'm not here to do that. But at the same time, I will not waste my time. And that's what they pick up. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. And so what's happening here with this energy? What vibes do you give off to men, to him, to that divine masculine energy? Third house perception. Of course, I love the third house showing up because the third house rules over air energy. It rules over Gemini. You have Gemini here with the King of Swords. So with Gemini and the third house showing up here together, that's a very nice confirmation. You give off the vibe that you speak very well, that you are very conscious with your thoughts. Social media here, I can see men, they watch your social media. Lots of men watch your social media. They may not say anything, but a lot of them watch it and they wonder about you because you don't post a lot of your private life. You just don't. They wonder about like who you're dating, what excursions are you going on, do you have like sisters and brothers and things like that. I feel like you give off this vibe too that you know a lot about the streets, although you don't present yourself in a street way, but you are aware of like the games people can play. You give off a vibe here that you know about your surroundings and that you can have a very good discussion with a man, a very good discussion. And you also give off the vibe that you have like sociability. You're able to socialize very well, but at the same time you don't share all of that on your social media pages like what a lot of people. Your circle is small, but it's quality. Because for you, it's like when it comes to friends and even relatives, it's like for you, it's like quality over quantity. You don't call everybody your friend. So the number 3 is significant here as well in the birthday, birth month, and birth year of the men that represent this third house perception. That's in their charts as well as your birthday chart as well. Let's get more insight. Wow, thank you, Spirit. So what's happening? What vibes do you give off to men? What energy? What's happening? Well, you have here the Page of Wands. Fire, honey. Men see you as a very attractive, a hottie, a baddie, absolutely. And with the Page of Wands energy, that wand energy, this energy rules over the fire zodiac signs. Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries are in the top placements of the birth chart, yours or theirs, that I did just mention earlier. But here with this Page of Wands energy, this is interesting, and because this is how, like, you give off this vibe like you're very active, very enthusiastic type personality, like you align with your inner child very nicely, but you're not childish. And also here with the Page of Wands, it's like you're someone that will always have like a great creative idea. They see you as being very creative. Based on like the things you post on your social media, the way that you dress and carry yourself, you stand out without even trying. Like you don't necessarily wear like loud colors. Actually, you wear like a lot of matching colors. Like if you're going to wear black, you're going to wear black top, black pants. Or if you're going to wear a set, you're going to wear a matching set. The top is going to match, or it's going to complement very well, but you stand out really nicely. And so that's why they pick up like this creative energy from you. Let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. And what vibes do you give off? What's happening here? What comes through? And you have here air energy. I love air energy showing up naturally under the King of Swords. And that Swords energy is air energy. As mentioned earlier, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So someone with air energy really recognizes these qualities within you. They see you as someone like that has like, you give off this vibe like you have great like you love philosophy. You know, when you post it on your social media, sometimes you'll post quotes. That also you're very discriminating when it comes to like your friends or even the type of guy you're going to date. You are going to make sure you are not wasting your time and it's somebody you're compatible with. Even talking on the phone. But also here I pick up that you give off this vibe that you have like great empathy. And you're like, you can forgive, but you can't forget. So it's kind of like that elephant energy. You're great, you're powerful, but yet and still you're warm and you're gentle. And, you know, like elephants, they never forget anything. So just like, hey, buddy, I can forgive you, but guess what? I will not forget it. And that's the vibe you give off. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. And what's happening here? So what vibes do you give off? What vibes? Networker. And with the networker energy, quite intriguing. Networker energy is about socializing. It's air energy as well. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So this is about how you're able to enhance unity through the sharing of information. You know, it's about engenders social awareness and empathy. Again, this is about empathy. So it's a nice confirmation. Spirit allows this energy to come through nicely here. I can say here, let me just say this. There is a particular person that you have dealt with, you know, that conveys information only for personal gain. And this person be lying. I told you I would not leave anything out, so let me just continue. This person be lying sometimes, and he spreads fear and falsehood, you know, just to like get attention or make himself look good. So that's somebody that you know, okay? So that's giving you that information as a confirmation here in the reading. Forgive this person. As you have, look, you've forgiven him. You don't care. You're like, boy, bye. Let's get more insight. You know why? Because you're very aware of frequency and vibration. You know that by letting go, releasing, and letting go energy with love, that you keep your vibration high and you allow the goodness to come to you. And it's so true. Abundance and prosperity is yours. The universe is conspiring for your good. And I can definitely see that you're guided, you're loved, and protected. So, and you know this as well. So continue to be who you are. Continue to have those high standards because it's really working out for you. Let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. And what's happening here? What vibes and energy do you give off? What vibes and energy that you give off? Also, you know what? With this air energy, you have like this detachment energy, like this, because air doesn't attach to anything. So you have like this detachment about you, but it's kind of like an unbothered nature, and also detachment to like what's going on around you in society, especially bad things. Like you are aware in a lot of things that you see online, things that are bad, if they affect you. So you really have to purposely not watch, like crime shows, the news, and things like that, just so your heart can stay really good, because you give this vibe of like unbothered, but it's really because you are sensitive and things do bother you. So you have to protect your mind. You have to protect your energy. Thank you, Spirit. And you have here the world. And with the world card showing up, this you give off a vibe that like you're very successful and like being who you are. And if you don't have, exactly everything that you want now, you will. You definitely will be extremely successful. The world card also represents like you're someone that men see as like being able to complete a goal, to being able to also travel and just interact with different cultures, learn new things. You're comfortable with that. That doesn't bother you at all. And also, I can definitely see here with the world energy, this is also about they feel like you're someone that has learned lessons, which is why you're not completely out there on social media, because like not out there in a a creative way. You can be out there in a creative way, but that personal stuff and getting in other people's personal business and commenting on everything and this and that, like stuff that would bother you, it's it's clear to some men who are mature, who are very mature, who are like this divine masculine energy. It is clear to them that you are one baddie babe that is very wise, has traveled in a way of like emotional travel, dealt with life, learned lessons, and you're not going to get in some sort of like petty argument or conflict over something text over the internet. So, yeah, wow. Beautiful. Number 2. This does conclude your reading. I hope this reading does resonate with you and inspire you. And if it does, please leave a comment below, because I do love reading your comments. And they definitely warm my heart and they make my day. I am sending you lots of love and good energy. Hello, beautiful number 3. Welcome to your reading. What vibes and energy do you give off to men? To him, to that divine masculine. And I will share with you all of the energy that comes through and not leave anything out. Take one moment to click that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not, and that is how you can help to support. Let's get straight into your reading. I see here your energy, you're naturally drawn to your card, the King of Wands. And with this wand energy, this is a fire sign energy. Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries are seen in the top placements of his birth chart or your birth chart as a confirmation here in the reading. And that would be the sun, moon, or rising, seventh house of relationships, or even the planet Venus. But specifically here with the King of Wands energy, let me just point out that you give off this vibe, this energy of like boldness, like a leader, that leader energy. And men find you very charming. They are allured to your charm. And not only that, how courageous you are as well. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. What energy, what vibes do you give off to men? What energy, what vibes? Thank you, Spirit. What comes through here for you? What comes through here for you? No one could ever forget how she listened to the right way. Her heart. Ooh. No one could ever forget. This is about forgiveness. And forgiveness represents the throat chakra. So, what I'm picking up here is that the way that you communicate, the way that you talk here, you know, you are an empath. And but an empath that will speak up, not only for yourself, but for someone that you're close to. You will not stand for that person to be treated in a way other than what is right. And so men get like this vibe from you, like you have a big heart. So you have to be really conscious and aware of the men that want to take advantage of your empathetic nature. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. Now, what vibes do you give off to men? What vibes? What's happening here? You have crop circles, messages, curiosity, and signs. So with this, I can definitely see that you don't tell everything. You don't wear your heart on your sleeves. So a lot of men are very curious about you because you're not so straight out with, you know that new thing, be transparent. You must be transparent. You're like, F that. Why would I be transparent when I know that you are not here for me, especially a specific person? So men feel like they have to dig deep, have a deep conversation with you to really find out what's going on. But see, you're the person that you learned the hard way about spilling your heart, telling things too early. You were taken advantage of in a relationship connection. And so men are very curious about you. You give signs that, yes, you are very empathetic, but at the same time, you will not allow him to play with your heart. And that's just it. You're not. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. What's happening with the energy of a man and your vibe? And you have here the Six of Cups. This is about your emotions. And the cup energy does represent the water signs. Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer are in the top placement of these men birth chart, as well as your birth chart as a confirmation here in the reading. And you do give off a vibe that something, took place like within your childhood, and you're just right now, you're in a space where you need harmony. The word harmony is significant in this reading, as it could relate to a name or it could relate to music of some sort, but it's very significant in coming through from source energy for you to pay attention to. It could be about music and something you are really deeply needing to express your spirit, something creative. Also here with the Six of Cups energy, you give off this vibe of like innocence. And there's someone actually out there that would love to reunite with you, that misses you very much. I feel like this person was a part of your childhood. Let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. And what vibes do you give off to men? You have here dilettante. I'm so excited to see the dilettantes because this is like a delight in the arts without having to be professional. And Spirit just gave us that insight, like music or art or something like that. And then the dilettante energy lays naturally here under the King of Wands, which represents creativity. And he's here in the arts playing music as well. This is also insight that alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. So this is a clear message to stay very, very true to your heart's desire. So even though like you may be working like a 9 to 5 job, and you're saying like, no, I don't want to get into the arts or the music industry or acting because there's so many bad things going on. It doesn't matter about that. You really need to express yourself and be creative. Start your own YouTube channel or TikTok. You can be now very independent and successful while still being in the arts. Let's get more insight. So, what in a nutshell, men see you as very artistic. They know that something about you. You're very gifted and very talented, multi-gifted and talented with the arts, even like academics as well. So let's get more. What vibes do men? This is the wrong card. Let's get on a different deck. What vibes do men pick up about you? What vibes are you give off? What vibes do they pick up? Thank you, Spirit. Two of Coins. I love the Two of Coins showing up. That coin energy does represent Earth, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. Of course, in the top placements of the men birth chart or your birth chart as a confirmation here in the reading. And with the Two of Coins energy, this is about like how men feel like you have options. Like you don't need one specific man from any specific race or culture. Like you have options to date, you know, men of any ethnicity or background. They feel you have options, and that's based on how you carry yourself. You carry yourself with a very high standard, and actually something about you looks, you look exotic. So that's why when other men look at you, they be wondering like, well, I wonder if her man is this race or that race or this race, because really she seemed like she can date any man of her choice. Yes, honey, you give off the vibe that you got options and you do not have to settle. So let's get more insight on what energy, what vibes do you give off to men? And you have here Virgo, the alchemist. So Virgo is definitely top in the top placements of your birth chart or the men's birth chart that do recognize this efficient energy inside of you. They recognize that insightful vibe that you give off. You give off like this healthy energy, emotional health is what you give off. And also physical. Men, I feel like, are attracted to your body. They feel like everything is proportioned in the right place in your body. You also give off like this energy of like being like this perfectionist around like your coworkers or like your supervisor. Like you're very dutiful and you're like this perfectionist. I feel like if you do like have a job or something like that, or if you have your own business, I can see where like there was a recent raise or a promotion given to you, or there's going to be an elevation, there's going to be an increase in your commerce if you do have like your own entrepreneur, your own creative projects. And beautiful number 3, this does conclude your reading. I hope this reading does resonate with you and inspire you. And if it does, please leave a comment below, because I do love reading your comments and they definitely warm my heart and they make my day. I am sending you lots of love and good energy.